Welcome to 2 cents short of a dollar, the show where we give our 2 cents and keep it 100. We're your hosts. That's Motiz. I'm Rue. Two special guests in the building today. We got my boy Key, Bolo. Great to get some insight from others so you don't just hear about from us all the time. Today we're in the NBA talking about the conference finals. We got Celtics, Lakers down 0-3. Um, I think it's a shocker, Mo. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a shocker for sure, especially when we're talking about, not only the Lakers being down 3-0, but also the Boston Celtics, which was favored to, get out the East. Honestly, I have no words, to be honest. There's a lot to unpack here, from my perspective, but I kind of want to leave it out to, the two guests we have here, have them talk about it. I know they may be fans of LA Lakers, who knows?
That was
But
a shot. That was a shot.
I'll grant them, the floor to kind of explain themselves, and and talk about it. We could start with Key, and then we'll go over to Bolo.
Well, with the Lakers, I'm gonna tell you like this it's a big shocker to me, man. I knew Denver was good. I didn't expect them to be this good. I don't think anyone expected them to play this well because if you look at it, they got 6 players right now shooting 40% or above from three. I could have never imagined that they shooting lights out.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray and Jokic looking like prime Shaq and Kobe against us. I've been saying it all year. Darvin Ham is the worst coach that the Lakers had since Luke Walton. And he was undoubtedly the worst coach in the playoffs. And you can see Mike Malone just coaching circles around him. There's no way D'Lo should be playing as much as they were playing him. He's shooting horrible. He can't guard or cheer. So, I mean, if we have one player to blame, I don't want to put it on one player, but D'Lo is killing us right now on both ends.
I don't really like to blame one player.
Okay.
Did I see down 0-3? Definitely not. I think the games was they pretty match. Sometimes it comes down to miss or make. They making shots, we missing shots. I mean, the Lakers adjusted well. You see that first game, they was down big. They adjusted well defensively. They start off hot, but you can see that short rotation they got. They kind of get winded in the end. You see Jamal Murray huffing and puffing. He making his shots. Don't get me wrong. He making it through the fatigue, but you see him tiring down and stuff like that. That short rotation. That's why you see the Lakers, getting back in the games. So I think, they was there. It's different buttons. I think Ham could have pushed. So, looking at Murray, we had somebody, Troy Brown, play all year. It's like I thought he should have got some minutes on Murray. I thought, in some spurts, Vanderbilt, with the size on him, definitely, did well in that first game, slowing him down. I mean, that second game, was it? Yeah, he kind of slowed him down to that fourth quarter. Yeah, it was the second.
When they started him.
And then he took him out, and it was just you kind of seen where that size difference helped. So I felt like Troy Brown played all year for us. I felt like this would have been the perfect, button to push to see what he could do because he does bring a little more shooting, than Vanderbilt would bring on the offensive end. And, he kept that size on Jamal Murray. So I thought that could have been something we did to spell it. But I think they just making shots. They making shots.
So if you had someone to blame, though, or something to blame, what is it? Is it just –
I think
what is it? What's the factor?
The star players play better than our star players. They role players play better than our role players. I think it came down when you watch the games and the ending score wasn't too big of a margin. I feel like they won the game. When it came down to, make this shot, we getting to stop, they made their shot. They didn't turn it over like we did. We missed the layup, Braun missing, make it or miss it. So it come down to those things. I'm not going to blame them. Everybody missed shots.
Can I ask y'all a question before y'all go to Boston?
What's up?
As Braun, right? Yeah, I know this is his 20th season, right? You can't expect him to carry the entire team like he used to. But it looks like there's some moments there where the games are close, and as great as he is, like it's in reach for him to grab the game and bring it home. But it seems like he's not doing that. Do y'all get the same sense, or how do y'all feel Braun is doing in this series?
I mean, for me, I feel like that's been his narrative for the past few years, not even just this year. Like, I feel like when the game is close, this is just my personal opinion. I feel like when the game is close, he avoids going to the basket. I don't know if it's his foot that's bothering him or fatigue or he's just scared to go to the free throw line. That's everybody's opinion that he's scared to go to the free throw line, but he settles for too much threes. And I think he just made his first three in the fourth quarter of the series last game. So he's settling. And just to go back to what Bolo said about Troy Brown, I totally agree with that, and I think we should have tried Max Christie too.
That'd have been a wild call. I don't want to blame Braun. I feel like he's picking his spots more. Obviously, Father Time is here. He is a little hampered, but you lace up, I don't do the excuses. So he out there.
Yeah.
I think, he a little winded. Definitely, you see it. He can't do it 48 minutes at that high clip. What I think it is when he's not finishing the game in those tough spots, I feel like
finishing what? Layups
finishing the game.
I just had to throw that out.
Both. We're gonna say both because it's both. But I feel like it comes down to, like, in the winter, he's trying to start that car, flip that switch, and it's like it take a little longer to warm up. So when he picking his spots, and I think he don't wait to turn it on to that last 4 minutes, it's like you didn't get the rhythm, you not going, and now you're just trying to make those big plays rather than coming in the flow of the game. So I think he just kind of waiting too late to turn it on. But yeah, the fatigue is definitely playing a part, and yeah, it's here. Father Time is here, man.
Okay.
All right. I know y'all passionate about the Lakers. I'm gonna let y'all come back to it, but can y'all give me a little bit on Boston? Because Boston is down 0-3 as well.
If you ask me, that's the biggest disappointment. That's the biggest disappointment because the Lakers came in as underdogs in the series. Boston came in as a clear favorite. Like, Miami's been the underdog in every series. Lakers have been too, but Miami's the eighth seed. And they weren't expect. We got Braun and AD, so we're gonna be expected to play up to some kind of potential. But Miami, they got 7 undrafted players.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler is there. I thought Jimmy Butler was a great 2, maybe a great 3. He's looking like a great 1 right now.
Yeah,
a great first option, and he made me a believer in the bubble. So what he's doing right now ain't surprising to me.
To piggyback off you, I think the Lakers just get the bad rap sometimes because it's the Lakers. I tell people, like, remember 7 seed playing before you guys like, oh, you guys flop, y'all suck. It's like, bro, y'all just said we wasn't gonna be here. You can't keep saying just because it's a story franchise. So I'll move on from that because obviously the obvious answer is the Celtics. But I feel like their flaws right here is just the culmination of just the roster and all of their problems and the roster just hitting the wall. Like, I never thought Marcus Smart was the guy at the 1. He's not it. I think they rely too much on Horford. He's an older vet player. Horford shouldn't be that important of a piece on your team. I think all of those things kind of, came into play and reared their head in different, moments. Definitely clutch moments. You see, them kind of playing ISO ball, Taytum go, Brown go. It's just choppy. And I kind of feel like you see some of the off the court problems or locker room stuff may be seeping through. And I think, they got punked. I think they came in there, Jimmy and them matched up with them well. They played them in the playoffs before. They know they know the vibe. So when they came in there, they was confident, like, yo, we could beat them. They not like that. And, whether it's we believe it or not, in sports, it's us in the locker room. If we say they can't beat us, it don't matter what nobody's saying. They came with that energy. And
historically, I think they've been going game 7s with them even in the past. So it's not like they should have known this is going to be a tough series. Regardless of being the AFC.
But they played the last 3 years or 3 out of the last 4 years because I know Miami beat them in the bubble. Then Tatum and them beat them game 7 last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also not to even down my Boston franchise. We just got to salute Miami franchise. What Pat Riley doing over there is incredible.
Yeah.
He I heard, I don't know how true it is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that he has like a 5% body fat rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Can't be over 5% body fat. That's how they got Kyle Lowry and shit. Like, they running like an army over there, man. Like,
he body shaming? He's definitely getting canceled. Let me call. I need to call right now. Now let's stop. I ain't gonna lie.
Man.
I fuck with it.
Pat Riley got that franchise, and they got the perfect person with him, Jimmy Butler. Like, he's hard nosed. Exposure. He's the best coach in the playoffs.
And I think with these two teams, I just think they just set up where their role players buy in, and this is what it is. They all just behind Jimmy, like, here, bro, shoot the ball. You pass it to me. I'm gonna get my shot off. I only getting 3 this game. I'm gonna be focused on my 3 shots. Like, nobody going for more or less. They just whatever comes to them, they playing their role. And I think they just beating Boston, just straight up beating you.
Yeah. Do y'all my fault, Keith. Do y'all find any issues with the redundancy in Tatum and Brown's game, kind of doing the same thing on the wing?
No, I feel like as everybody around them, I feel like the other pieces don't really help them, succeed or maximize themselves because we all played on basketball teams or different. You could have 2 guards. Like, you don't just get to the NBA and say, yo, you got a good 2 and a good 3, man. We can't win. That don't make no sense. Like, somebody is
different than Dykeman, though.
Nah, I understand that, but there's no way you get to this level and you can't have two good players on the court. Like at the end of the day, somebody's going to take more shots, somebody's going to take less. But I think it's the pieces around them that help maximize those two players. Like Marcus Smart at the one, I just don't think it's. I think he's just a off the bench energy guy. Like that's just feels like that's his role. I feel like he tried to play past his potential. He maxed out and he did good in the. I don't want to like bash him. Like he did good, but he's not it at the one. And I think they need more of a floor general, a floor spacer that get them the ball and let them go. I think, they need to probably, if they're going to play the small, we'll get a stretch four in there, where, the 4, the 3, the 2, they all could get in there and switch. I was talking to my mans about this recently and we was throwing names out like obviously expensive, but like Robert Covington or Jeremy Grant or somebody like that, where in that 4 spot they space the floor, they can switch on the 2, the 3, the 4. That helped them defensively and really just let Robert Williams be that centerpiece. I just feel like with the Horford thing and the Smart thing, it doesn't help the situation.
Okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna say that I do think they're becoming redundant, and I feel like they mesh, but I feel like a big and a wing meshes more. Prime example, AD and Brown. Like I don't see no more Scotties and Mikes. I don't see that happening no more. Mm-hmm. We thought Kawhi and PG was gonna be. You see what's going on over there. I just feel like if you had Tatum with a there's no more ADs, but if you had Tatum with an AD or with a Joel Embiid or with a Jokic, a wing with a big man, I think that would be perfect because both of them need the ball in their hands. Like with AD. Playing with AD, you don't need the ball in he don't need the ball in his hands. That's why he was like a match made in heaven with Brown. Mm-hmm. All he need to do is catch oops, go defend. Brown, he needs the ball. So they take away from each other. I think they're both stopping each other from reaching their full potential.
Yeah.
I would say, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Marcus Smart. I actually like Marcus Smart starting, but I like him as like a Derek Fisher type point guard. Right? Yeah. I like him there where he's just a 3-and-D point guard. Yep. Not asking for nothing else.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's a fact. I was just about to say that too, Key. I like Marcus Smart and I like his IQ, his defensive tenacity, but I don't know, man. I feel like Jason Tatum and Brown work together well. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like they wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for those two, right? But now that shit's hitting the fan, now it's like, oh man, I don't think they playing ISO ball. They playing too much ISO ball. Now we need to kind of disband them, and it's like, look at what they've done. Even when Kyrie left, even prior to that, even when Kyrie was injured and they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? So I just feel like maybe just adding more to the team as opposed to kind of just separating them. But
it was my pick to win a championship from day one. I had them to win a championship.
But Mo, it ain't necessarily that they don't work together, but I think the question is, can them together break through the ceiling? You know what I'm saying? It's not like they can't be successful, but can they get to the next level together? You know what I mean?
I think they can. I think they didn't have that conversation though. That Bron D Wade conversation. He didn't. Nobody came over there and was like, "Yo, bro, you got it. You could be the big dog."
Because they broke through the first ceiling.
No, yeah, they did the finals. But I feel like
why can't they do it again?
I feel like you see the the push and pull. I feel like they didn't have that conversation, and I feel like them being younger probably makes it a little more tougher conversation because you 23, 4, 5, whatever you may they are. It's hard to have that thought process to be like, I'm gonna defer to another man or somebody I feel like I'm probably better than, or I'm the man. It's like the Shaq and Kobe couldn't do it. So many great examples we have is like they in that same spot too, where they 25, and it's hard to sit there and say, yo, Tatum, it could be used. Like it's easier said than done. So I feel like, if they could get over that and have that conversation going into the next season and, just mess around with the roster a little bit, I think they contenders, man. As long as they got them two, they in it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be there for the next 8 to 10 years.
Yep.
Can't let them go, man. I can't.
Yeah. So, Missoula, would y'all try to replace him? I know. Yeah, I say I want to give Miami their credit, but something on Boston's got to be to blame. Bolo sound like you kind of saying the roster overall. Key, what you think on Boston's to blame? That's what I'm kind of throwing out. Is it coaching? Like, I know you guys are saying they're young. Maybe they don't really have the experience to step up and speak up. So do you need that leadership figure in the coach to bring that out of them?
All right, so I'm going to tell you something that I seen today. With my personal opinion, I think they're getting out-coached. Eric Spoelstra is going to coach damn near out-coach damn near everybody he's coaching up against. But he's coaching against a rookie coach. they're young. They was just speaking about how young teams that always almost get there, like the Sacramento Kings of the 2000s. I just think that it's a combination of that with Jaylen Brown and Tatum. I think it's something going on in the locker room with them too. I
Yeah,
definitely think it's something going on. Bolo said, I think it's like
power struggle.
power struggle. And one of them they have to they have to take that look in the mirror, man. I don't know. Some people say Jaylen Brown better, some people say Tatum. I'm gonna go with Tatum.
Yeah.
But they have to have that talk.
Are we all gonna go with Tatum here?
I would hope so.
I would hope so.
Wait, you kind of quiet, Bolo.
Bolo,
Wait,
you kind of quiet over there, Bolo.
Listen, man, it's Tatum. It's Tatum.
Oh, I thought you was about to say.
Okay, cool. We good then. We good. Because there is some Jaylen Brown guys out there, and I'm like, come on, Jaylen is nice, but come on.
Jaylen good, man. He good.
And
Top
like
end two guard, man. But yeah. Tatum is, I think, a level above him offensively. Yeah, and I think Tatum has put that effort into the defensive end now, where it kind of closed that gap where you say.
I actually want. I'm sorry. My fault. Go ahead. My fault, Bolo.
Yeah, I just feel like Tatum kind of closed that gap a little bit when people was poking holes in this game, saying, you got to play defense a little more. I felt like in spurts this year, I have seen him, on that other end, definitely rebounding more down there defending, So it got to be Tatum right now for sure.
Go ahead, Keith. What you was gonna say?
I was actually. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think Jaylen Brown's too good on defense neither. I think he fools people on defense.
Man,
I think he's okay.
Pulling the Patrick Beverly according to Russell.
I seen Tatum go guard KD.
Mm-hmm.
He put belt to ass last year, swept him.
But where is that fire though? Like I feel like
that's the consistency's not
like
there.
when KD was on the other end, Tatum looked like a different kind of guy, yo. It's like where's that fire? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely the players.
Everybody want to get everybody getting everything up front, and then we asking them to perform on the back end, and we not getting our back end right now.
Yeah.
So
I got
everybody mentality. Everybody worked out with Kobe. Everybody wanted the best in the world, and then we get here, it was like, dang, it's not even showing up. But
don't forget Humbly, one of the best Humbly.
Yeah, you can't say you feel me.
I think Tatum said Humbly.
Playoff P, stuff like that. You make people be like, "Yo, bro, what you mean?" Stuff like that get you in trouble. So I feel like.
Go ahead, Mo. You had another question?
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, going back to LA, if you were the GM, or not even that, if you were the head coach, what would you have done differently in that series?
Which series?
LA, like to change the outcome of them being down 3-0. Is there anything from your perspective that should have been done in order to change the outcome of the series, at least to make LA be up, or do you feel like there's just nothing LA could have done to change the outcome?
I always say you gotta try everything, man. You gotta throw the kitchen sink at them. You gotta try. So I felt like, me personally, it may not have been the key to winning. So I'm not saying it as if, hey, this is the guru. I'm Phil Jack. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'd have threw in little spurts, maybe little 10 minutes. I got 6 fouls. I'm trying to throw Tristan Thompson on Joker real quick. Let me close. Let me give AD 5 minutes. Let him just bang with him real quick. Yo, Tristan Thompson showed to be a good defender, pick and roll defender in them Cleveland days. He probably be a little slower foot, but Joker's not that fast now. So, I think, that would have helped. Like I said a little earlier, I think bringing in Troy Brown, to, help on Jamal Murray and keep some spacing on the floor. I thought that would have helped. But again, my biggest thing, I feel like at the end of the day, I don't want to blame the coach. And I feel like it came down. A lot of the games were close or manageable or a chance to win. And it was make plays. And who didn't make plays? And they made plays. That's how I truly feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll say that to start the series off, I would have never took Jared Vanderbilt out the lineup. Me and Rue spoke about this. I felt that Jared Vanderbilt is our best perimeter defender. He's our quickest, most athletic perimeter defender. There's no way that he shouldn't have been starting. I know he's a liability on offense, but so is Dennis Schroeder. Well, I also felt that we should have went big. We should have played Tristan Thompson some minutes. If you can get 10, 15 positive minutes out of him, that's 6 fouls right there. He's a person that could bang with Jokic, and that allows AD to roam instead of having to put Rui on Jokic. Or LeBron has been our best defender on Jokic, and that shouldn't happen. What else I would have? I would have played Max Christie, man. I like that kid, man. I heard it first from me, man. Remember that kid's gonna be real good. I like Max Christie. Good.
Noted.